2 days in life that we cannot do anything about. That is yesterday and tomorrow.
Good afternoon. My name is Elizabeth Kirschner, and I am an American writer from Boston, Massachusetts. I am a poet by training, a memoirist, a short story writer, but while I've been in Thailand, I've been working on a longer narrative piece about my experiences here. I have been here, it'll be a month, and I can say with absolute certainty that it has expanded my horizons in multiple, I would say multiple dimensions, and it will be utterly heartbreaking for me to leave tomorrow. I was just attracted to Studio 88 because I prefer when I am working to be in a quiet rural setting, which is Doisikat. It's beautiful, it's quiet, it's I'm staying in a little bungalow, and it provides a really wonderful setting for the work itself because there are no distractions. While I have been here, I've been hosted by AOM, which has been a marvelous, a really, 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 really marvelous experience because I've gotten to see Thailand and a good deal of Thailand and Chiang Mai and the mountains and the temples through her eyes. She's taken to many museums. She's taken me to exhibitions, galleries, but mostly she has provided me that perspective for me to be able to see Thailand from somebody who was born and raised in this country. So to me, that is a very privileged perspective. It's one that I never, ever, ever could have achieved as a tourist, which is why I come to artist residencies, because I get to see a piece of the world, get immersed in a particular country via somebody else's experiences of that country rather than from the experience. I could do the Fedora's Guide, but it wouldn't be quite the same. Early on, AOM and I went to several museums in Chiang Mai, after which we had lunch. Over lunch or during lunch, we were served by women women who are inmates being trained in that particular profession. Over lunch, AOM suggested we have our feet massaged. So we went next door and we had a foot massage. When we came out, we were sitting outside and we happened to look up, or AOM did. I probably did not. I was too busy looking at my feet. Up above was a very small museum. That museum happened to be dedicated to the female inmates in Chiang Mai. We went up, we surveyed the entire exhibition, which was, maybe in 3 rooms. It was small, but the first room we walked into, we just saw the backs of the women's head. We did not see their faces. That kind of anonymity immediately struck me. We saw there was captioned underneath their faces just a sentence or two of their experiences. We read those. I listened. We walked into another room where their coffee mugs, all these tin mugs, were displayed on a wall. We walked into another room where the goods that they made while in prison were there. And whatever that experience was, it compelled me. And I have been writing about it ever since. The only parallel I can draw, and I think it is an apt one, and it's not something that every person might admit, but I will. When I was a much younger woman, I had several experiences in a psych ward. To me, a psych ward and a prison are two forms of incarceration. So that's the parallel structure that I have been working with. How experience at a psych ward, which you are behind a locked door, there are guards, there are lines, there are rules. You cannot cross that line or you'll be sent to your room. I mean, it's just, there are a lot of similarities. And I was very moved by the stories. They were brief, but I was very moved by their stories. And since then, I've been working on what I would only call a triptych of narrative pieces about not just the women, but my experiences in Thailand. And while I've been here, that my work has been changing, that is being transformed. And I think hopefully that will have a lasting value when I return home. I have loved all of the experiences I've had here. Loved going to the museums. Loved hiking. I went hiking, which on what would have been American Thanksgiving. There are temples all over Thailand, and I think some of that Buddhist thought has been kind of like working its way in. The hearts of the Thai people have been like coming inside me. There is such a gentleness, a magnanimity, if that's the correct word. Everybody I've met here has been extraordinary. And I think that's why, yesterday I was really almost in tears at the prospect of leaving, because I just want, it's like I want to take it all with me. And the only way I can take it with me is to embody it as much as I can in my work. Studio 88 has absolutely met my expectations. I came here to work, but not just to work. I also came here to see as much as Thailand as one can in a month. And if it weren't for Aom's extraordinary patience and kindness, I've been privileged. I think that's the only word I can use, privileged, really, to see so many things that I never would have been able to find on my own. So when I leave here, it will be with extraordinary gratitude. And I hope to keep what has been coming to me to keep going. And hopefully that they will be something that will be worth preserving. When I get home, I hope that I will be able to gain some perspective on the body of work that I've been generating here. I have a person who reads for me. I will have Adam read, and hopefully I will be able to turn this triptych of work, these three pieces, these three panels, into something that will turn into perhaps a very small book, which may in turn come back to Thailand. That could be translated into Thai and perhaps sold here in Thailand so the proceeds could go back to the female inmates. So that's the kind of vision I have for this work. And if it means that I have to come back to Thailand, I think I could manage that.